Alright, so let's go all the way back. Here we go. We're going to be doing an analysis of the Sonic X Shadow Generations release or announcement trailer from the PlayStation State of Play. I have seen that there have been leaks, but I don't cover those. I don't cover leaks. I only cover official things released by publishers and are meant for the public to see. So this is captured on PS5. Okay, so this is actually in-game footage right here of Classic Sonic running through Green Hill Zone. So this looks pretty much one-to-one. Same with this from the original Sonic Generations game. It does not look different. It does not look innovative. Maybe it looks better graphically, but so far that's what we got right here. Yep, once again, this is City Escape in the classic mode, or Act 1 as Classic Sonic. And this is once again ripped straight from Sonic Generations. You can't really tell any significant differences from these cutscenes. You can't tell how they feel play style wise because we don't have our hands on the game yet, so we can't comment on that. All this stuff is just the same footage. I could honestly go to those levels and play them right now and line these up, and they would probably be one-to-one. Just one would look a lot better than the other because, once again, this is being captured on the PS5. I'm playing on the Xbox One, but it's the 360 version. And there's the truck. I really didn't like the saws added on the truck. I thought it was a little bit too intense, but it's fine. Yep, and then we go right into the intro, and this is a new intro, obviously. It's 1-for-1 up until Shadow appears. It says not actual gameplay on the bottom, so we know that this isn't part of the actual gameplay. And I gotta say, I really do like Shadow's design. I feel like Sonic's designs are usually hit or miss in the modern day, so I think these are really good. And the quills, I think, are the right size. The expressions on the face are really good. They got the detail on Shadow all nice. So this is all new, because they didn't have this for the original Sonic Generations. This is to introduce Shadow into the mix. Look at that silhouette back there. Look at that pose. That classic Shadow bad boy pose. And yeah, look. That looks great. That looks absolutely wonderful. And then we get a little glint in the eye, so that's interesting. This level is straight up from the final stage, one of the final stages in Sonic Adventure 2. A big gripe that I and many others have for Sonic Adventure 2, albeit a great game, the amount of times you play as Sonic is very small, and the amount of times you play as Shadow is even smaller. So even if we do get every single stage from Sonic Adventure 2 for Shadow, it's not going to be much, but it looks like that stage will be here. I can't quite place what stage this is, so we're just going to go ahead and play through it. It looks like he has a homing attack similar to Sonic's. He's doing similar posing, so nothing special there. I can't tell if this is in the game or not, a quick time event to kick a missile back. Looks like into something. So here's we got Doom. This reveals that Doom's eye is in this game to some extent. Whether or not he'll be talking or anything is up for debate. So yeah, he gets this glint, and it does like a quick little evil eye pupil thing there. I've never seen that. So the robots do not look like gun robots, really. I can't really tell. He kicks the missile back. This might be a boss fight. This might be a quick time event and a level, kind of like how Sonic Forces had a little bit of those. Doom's eye appears. He's a lot bigger, and his tentacles are a lot more, like, I don't know, fluid. He's definitely got the glow up. We don't know if he's going to be talking or not to Shadow. He's doing this trippy sequence that, like, even slowed down is still kind of nauseating. So just be careful if you have, you know, sensitivity to lights and seizures and stuff like that. And then we kind of get teleported to what looks like the backdrop to Westopolis. I mean, Westopolis is basically just any city with that, like, reddish dark hint. And I believe this would be part of the story element, right? In a synopsis for this game is saying that Shadow is going to go through a story that's going to dive him back into his past. Doom's eye looks really great. This worries me. We have this digital stuff, which is making me really worried that it's going to be kind of like cyberspace. They're just kind of like copy and pasting stuff over from Frontiers almost. I say that, but when I'm looking at this, it looks pretty good. This looks like Speed Highway from Sonic Adventure 2. It looks like we have... I could be wrong. It could be a different stage, which is where it leads into my concerns. where in Sonic Frontiers, you have a lot of like theming that are all the same. You either have a city theming, a green hill zone theming, what was the other one? A Angel Island theming or a chemical plant theming. So it was different level designs, but it would only look like the 4 skins of that. And I'm just worried it's going to be similar in this game. They're not just going to recreate the levels for Shadow. They're going to kind of phone it in, and by doing all these, like, it's literally the city design from Sonic Frontiers, but they put this kind of like reddish tint over top of it. I could be wrong. As I say that, this track that he's running up looks like the street from Speed Highway, so I'm not quite sure. It could also, like I said, they could be doing that for every single Shadow level. We really just don't know at this point, because I don't remember this part in Speed Highway where he goes on that quick left turn there. And you have all this stuff floating around too. This part looks completely new to my knowledge. If not, it's what I feared, and it's from a different Shadow game, and it's just using city assets to do it. You have this big orb in the center, and you have these robots right here. I'm going to go back, and I'm going to try and pay closer attention to what these robots look like, because I don't know if they're going to be gun robot or not. And so that's another thing we don't know. We don't know what parts of Shadow levels we're getting. If they're only going to be from Sonic Adventure 2, if they're going to be from Shadow the Hedgehog. I really hope we get some from Shadow the Hedgehog. We just don't know yet because there's not enough information out. I haven't seen any interviews at this time. I like that Shadow has that like yellow boost, yellowish orange boost to him. That is definitely an original thing for him. It looks like he's running on his hover skates. They kind of tone down the lighting. So yeah, these robots don't look like they're gun robots. They look like they kind of have like a purplish like wiring and digital hint to it. And Shadow did something really cool there. Hold up, hold the phone. Because I did say in the previous video when I was quickly going over this that I want Shadow to play more like Shadow and not just be a reskin of Sonic. So we'll have to see real quick. I wish I could, like, really... I'm playing off of a controller, so it's a little bit wonky that way. But, like, you see the city and everything's kind of, like, warped and bent in the background, so it seems like this is almost, like, in Shadow's head and his illusion. And you have Doom's eye, like, hovering around. So these guys come in. Yeah. So Shadow's doing, like, this teleportation right here. He's doing, like, chaos control and hitting them into the sphere. That's really cool. I really like that. I hope they have something like that in the game, obviously, but his moveset is different than Sonic from Sonic Generations. Looks like we have a fight against the true prototype, and it's completely reimagined for this. That's a good sign. That's a really good sign. And then we have another, like, kicking animation, and it looks like he's going and punching. Okay, cool. So that's new, right? That is definitely new. And you got the title. I love the title. I love the way it looks. I love how they have the Shadow the Hedgehog logo in for the O for Shadow, which really makes me think that they're going to pull a lot from the Shadow the Hedgehog game. And I would really like to see that. They actually have a website that I haven't looked at. It's called shadowgenerations.com. I'm going to click on that real quick. Type that in, shadowgenerations.com. Because like I said, I haven't looked too much into it past the announcement trailer. But it's pretty exciting, right? And thank you so much for the follow, Golden Adventure DX. How are you doing? I love that name. I'm trying to figure out what it's inspired by. I'm pretty sure it's inspired by a certain game that is one of my classic favorites. Let's go do normal. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for that follow. I'm just going to have this play. I'm going to mute the audio. You're doing fine? Good, good, good. So I'm going to have that play as I go to the website, because it's a little bit chunky on my side. Looks like you can wishlist it. So Shadow is back and teaming up with Classic and Modern Sonic. An all-new collection featuring 2 unique experiences. Play as Shadow the Hedgehog in a brand new story campaign and tackle iconic 2D and 3D stages. Classic Modern Sonic and a newly remastered version of Sonic Generations. So that's the official synopsis from this website, all right? So that's exactly what I thought. And, yeah. Apologies for dog growls and noises. He's spazzing out right now, so my brother's playing with him while I'm trying to stream. It's perfect. Yeah, isn't it, buddy? Yeah, good job. So yeah, that's basically what we're expecting. It's not enough information yet to truly say, but I really do hope. Obviously, I think they're going to bring in the Sonic Adventure 2 Shadow stages, and then they're going to maybe bring in a few Shadow the Hedgehog stages, because there's a lot. There's a lot of Shadow the Hedgehog stages. I'm trying to think how many there are. Actually excited to play Radical Highway and Final Chase again. Thank you for reminding me of those titles, because I got those names completely wrong earlier. I think I said Speed Highway, which is not correct. That is Sonic Adventure. That is not Sonic Adventure 2. So Shadow the Hedgehog levels. Or how many levels? How many stages are in Shadow the Hedgehog? Well, there's 326 possible paths, but 7 levels, but it's more than 7. That did not help me out with information at all. But as I was trying to say, there's a lot, right? So I don't think they're going to do everything, and I definitely think this is going to be like a Doom is returning, taking Shadow through his past to try and figure out who he is. Something along those lines, right? I think that just makes sense, and it's just to what extent are we going to get that for the story? You know, I'm very curious how long Shadow's story is going to be, how innovative it is, how different his gameplay is going to be. Are we going to get Shadow like 06 levels? Because I didn't even consider that, but we get 1 level from Sonic 06 in this. So in Sonic Generations, they could even skimp out on us entirely and still only give us 1 level per Shadow experience. So 1 level from Adventure 2, 1 level from Shadow the Hedgehog, 1 level from Sonic Heroes, and then 1 level from Sonic 06. If they really want it to be cheap with it, I hope that's not the case. I'd be very upset with that. That would not make me happy. Because once again, the Shadow DLC for Sonic Forces put such a bad taste in my mouth. Like, it was so bad. It was a nothing burger. I did not mean to go up here. Yeah, uncapped frames per second. I think that would... They really need to go all out, because the modding community really did do a lot for this game, and it needs to look great, right? I'm playing the Xbox 360 version right now on my Xbox One, and like, it's dated, right? This game has been out for more than a decade, which is crazy to me as well to think about. Like, I'm pretty sure I was in high school when this game first came out, and now I'm well past graduating college, and I'm still playing Sonic, and that's okay, because I really adore Sonic the Hedgehog. And I want what's best for the game and for the franchise. And I really want my modern Sonic. I don't want to do 2D sections as modern Sonic. Especially if classic Sonic is in the game, just let me do 2D stuff as classic Sonic and purely boost Formula 3D as main Sonic. But it doesn't look like they're changing anything for the remaster of Sonic Generations based off of that trailer. Sonic was in 3D in Green Hill and then moved to 2D. So you can only get so much, but that Shadow part really has to, oh, dang it, has to be a strong enough proponent for content. Otherwise, it's not going to be worth the price if it's $40 or more. With how games are being, you know, priced these days, it's going to definitely be at least $40. I think Frontiers was 40. So I really don't know how they're going to price out the game. Because Frontiers was a full-on mainline title. They actually didn't have to do that. I actually very much commend them for only making Sonic Frontiers... Sonic Frontiers 40, and then also giving us free DLC for a whole year. That was very good on them.